There's a certain kind of power that doesn't shout, it doesn't flex, it doesn't even try, it just is. That's what Law 30 is about, making your accomplishments seem effortless.
And let's be clear, this isn't about pretending things are easy. It's about masking the machinery. Because when something looks effortless, people are mesmerized. They don't just admire it, they submit to it.
Exactly. Struggle breaks the illusion of mastery. When you show the grind, the pain, the panic, people see your limits. But when you move with ease, even after working in the dark for years, they see something different: grace.
And grace creates mystique. It's why people fall in love with artists, athletes, leaders who make the impossible look casual. Because deep down, we crave the illusion of natural power.
Robert Greene taps into this. He says that effortlessness is a form of theatrical control. It's a way to dominate, not by force, but by impression.
And that impression matters, because the more seamless your results appear, the more others assume you possess some unreachable gift. And that assumption, that's where power grows.
Here's the paradox. The more work you put in behind the curtain, the more effortless it should look on stage.
And that takes discipline, because our ego wants people to know how hard we tried. It wants validation for the effort, the pain, the sacrifice.
But power doesn't reward exposure, it rewards impact. And impact is always sharper when it's delivered without strain.
That's why the greatest power players aren't just masters of craft, they're masters of presentation. They reveal only what serves the frame. Everything else is hidden.
Think of someone walking into a room, calm, composed, saying little, but everything about them radiates competence. That's the effect of effortlessness. It's not loud, but it commands.
And it disarms people, because we expect tension, we expect signs of preparation, but when someone executes with smoothness, we lower our defenses. We become spectators.
And spectators don't challenge the magician, they applaud. That's the brilliance of this law. You're not just succeeding, you're making success look like a default state.
The human mind is wired to respect what it doesn't fully understand. And when you deliver results without showing the process, you create mystery. That mystery becomes power.
Exactly. When people can't see the gears turning, they assume you're operating on a different level. And instead of competing with you, they admire you. Sometimes they even depend on you.
And that's the goal, right? Power without resistance, influence without needing to explain. And it all starts with appearance, not of perfection, but of ease.
This applies everywhere. In business, the leader who calmly navigates chaos inspires more trust than the one who's visibly stressed, even if both are competent.
In relationships, it's the person who holds their center, who doesn't over-explain or prove, that gains respect.
And in creativity, the artist who shares the finished product without whining about the process often gets more recognition than the one constantly posting about how hard it all is.
It's not that the process doesn't matter, it absolutely matters, but showing it cheapens the result if it's not done with intention.
Because people don't want to see the sweat, they want the illusion, and when you deliver that, they attach meaning to your presence. They start to see you as someone above effort.
That's the heart of this law. You elevate your image by hiding the weight of what you carry. The more seamless your impact, the more iconic you become.
But here's the twist. It's incredibly hard to look effortless. It takes preparation, rehearsal, discipline, and the humility to stay silent about all of it.
That silence is powerful. While others are performing their struggle, you're performing mastery. And that contrast, that's what gets noticed.
It's what turns competence into charisma, not because you say you're good, but because you move like someone who is.
That's why Greene emphasizes conceal the labor, hide the craft. Let people see the diamond, not the pressure it took to make it.
Because in the end, the illusion isn't fake, it's curated. It's not dishonest, it's strategic. You choose what to reveal and what to let them imagine.
Let's be real. Effortlessness is a form of psychological framing. When people believe something came easily to you, they elevate you. They think, If this is what he does without trying, what's his real potential?
Exactly. It triggers a kind of awe, not because the result is better, but because it looks like it cost you nothing. That illusion of ease creates distance. It puts you in a different category.
And that distance, it's where influence lives. Because when people believe you're operating on a level they can't reach, they stop competing and start following.
You stop being just a peer, you become a reference, a standard. People use your name in conversations you're not even in because you've become a symbol.
And the key to that symbol is effortless execution. It suggests talent, yes, but more than that, it suggests destiny, like you were made for this.
It's the same in sports. The athlete who moves with flow, whose posture never breaks, whose expression stays calm, always looks more dangerous than the one grunting and grinding for every inch.
Even if they're equal in performance, the one who moves with elegance will always win the crowd, because people love power that doesn't ask for approval.
And that's why Greene doesn't just say, be good. He says, make it look natural. Because we admire effort, but we worship grace.
So this law becomes a game of contrast. You hide the chaos, you mask the planning, you subtract just enough detail to let people fill in the blanks with their own imagination.
And imagination is powerful. People will attribute genius, vision, even divinity to what they don't fully understand.
And that's your leverage. When you appear effortless, people don't question your place, they question theirs in relation to you.
That's deep influence, not based on explanation, but impression. You don't convince people you're great, you let them feel it in the silence between your moves.
And that silence, it speaks louder than any attempt to prove. Let's talk about the biggest mistake people make with this law: overexposure. They show too much of the process. They want to be relatable, transparent, real, and in doing that, they erase their own mystique.
Right. There's this obsession with authenticity, which isn't bad in itself, but when it becomes oversharing, you lose control of the frame. You invite people behind the curtain too early.
And once they see the curtain, they can't unsee it. The illusion is gone. The magic fades. You become just another person trying.
Exactly. The moment people feel like they understand everything you did to get there, the less exceptional it seems. They start to think, oh, I could probably do that too.
And maybe they could, but that's not the point. Power isn't just about doing great things, it's about making those things look untouchable.
Think about luxury brands. The craftsmanship is intense, but you never see the sweat. You see elegance, precision. The final result glows with clarity. And that's what people pay for.
That's the blueprint. Show the world your clarity, not your confusion. Present outcomes, not overthinking. Let people feel the impact, not the insecurity.
Because when you present struggle, people mirror it. They feel your doubt. Your process becomes noise. But when you present elegance, they respond with awe.
And this isn't about being cold or fake. It's about curation, knowing what to reveal, when to speak, what to let others discover on their own.
Because discovery is more powerful than disclosure. If someone feels like they uncovered your brilliance themselves, the admiration is deeper.
And that admiration turns into loyalty. People protect what they revere, and you don't build reverence by constantly explaining yourself.
You build it by delivering results that look like inevitability, like gravity, like they were always going to happen no matter what.
And that illusion? It's built in silence, in restraint, in the discipline to hide the storm and reveal only the sky. So let's be clear, this law isn't about hiding everything. It's about showing just enough to create admiration, but never so much that it invites comparison.
Exactly. It's a dance. You let people witness your skill, but not your sweat. You give them results, not the rehearsal. And that gap between what they see and what it took, that's where Mystique lives.
It's like watching a world-class pianist. You hear perfection, but you don't see the hours in the practice room, the missed notes, the breakdowns. You see control, flow, beauty. That's what stays in the memory.
And the more people wonder how you did something, the more power you hold. Mystery makes them lean in. Explanation pushes them away.
This is especially true in leadership. The leader who solves problems calmly, without blaming, panicking, or over-talking, builds more authority than the one who walks everyone through their internal crisis.
Because people crave stability, and stability looks like effortlessness, even when it's held together by force of will behind the scenes.
Same in influence. If you're building an audience, a brand, a movement, don't show every messy step. Show the rhythm, the rise, the outcome, and let them feel the power of your clarity.
Let them guess how you did it. That's what builds fascination. The mind fills in the blanks with amplified versions of the truth.
And that amplification, that's where perception becomes more powerful than reality. You don't need to lie, you just need to be strategic with silence.
Some of the most legendary figures in history mastered this. They said less, they revealed less, but their presence said everything.
Because silence, when intentional, becomes narrative. It becomes a story people tell about you, a myth that travels farther than facts ever could.
So the goal isn't to be fake, it's to be selective. You earn the right to look effortless through work, but you gain influence by deciding how much of that work the world actually sees.
And the more precise your choices, the more timeless your image becomes, because no one remembers chaos, they remember composure. So here's the truth. Real mastery is invisible. It's not loud. It doesn't demand applause. It moves through the world like it belongs there.
And that's what this law protects. Your presence, your perception. When you appear effortless, people don't just respect you, they believe in you.
And belief is stronger than logic. People will follow someone who seems born for the role, even if they don't understand how or why.
That's what makes this law dangerous too, because when used without integrity, it becomes manipulation. You can make incompetence look like confidence, you can fake grace, and people will still respond.
That's why this law comes with responsibility. Make your accomplishments seem effortless, but never stop earning that image behind the scenes.
Exactly. Keep practicing in the dark, keep building discipline no one sees, but when you step into the light, move like someone who belongs there.
And when you do that consistently, you rise above the noise. You stop being just impressive, you become untouchable.
So for everyone listening, the next time you create something, launch something, speak, lead, move, ask yourself, am I performing for validation or am I embodying presence?
Because effort is necessary, but effortlessness is what inspires. And people don't follow effort, they follow energy.
Next week, we enter a new realm of control, one that's less about how you act and more about when you appear. Law 31, control the options. Get others to play with the cards you deal.
Because the only thing more powerful than appearing effortless is choosing the moment to show up or disappear.
Until then, rehearse in silence, reveal with elegance, and remember, the less you show, the more they believe.